Hey guys, this is Brian Grasso with the Art of Inspired Living, and I want to talk to you today about why your goals in life may not be working for you. And I want to preface this by saying, one thing very, very simply, straightforward, and directly to your heart, okay? If you, like the vast majority of people around the world, myself included in the past, before I kind of realized all of this, if you are having massive struggle, you're creating goals, you're very ambitious, you want more for your life, you want to improve your wealth, enhance your health, find love, all these things that are make life so worthy and so fulfilling. If you're creating goals and you're not achieving them, don't despair. You're not broken, okay? You're not broken, you're not busted, you're not in disrepair. You just need a small mindset tweak, something that I guarantee you've not heard before, and understanding why goals, as you're usually taught to script them, are massively ineffective. This is something I had to learn myself by researching neuroscience and a whole variety of other things related to mindset, brain chemistry, how the brain worked, etc. But I've simplified it so easily today. I just want to present it to you, okay? Now, I'm going to show you this, and I really hope you can see that nice and easily, okay? Now, what we have here, okay, I'm hoping I'm in the picture and so is the binder. What we have here is actions and habits, okay? Now, when you create goals, let's just say your goal is to lose weight, or your goal is to improve your efficiency and productivity so you can really bust through the revenue ceiling you're on right now with your business. You want to have your profits soar, so you create a goal. It doesn't really matter what the goal is, but you establish the goal and you do all the things you're supposed to do when you create a goal, including state it with specificity, make sure it's measurable and realistic and in a certain amount of time, etc. And all of that, okay, all of that implies or means directly that you need to renovate your actions and habits. If you want to lose weight, let's just use that one easily, but you apply it to whatever goal is yours. If you want to lose weight, obviously, you have to renovate your nutrition, you have to renovate your training system or your training program. Perhaps you have to enhance those two things, or maybe you're kind of starting from scratch. You have to initiate those two things. But either way, you have to renovate your actions and habits, the things you do every single day in terms of what you put in your mouth and how you make your body move. Those are actions and habits that have to renovate. Now, as you might have seen, I tried to put a rather thick line right there, okay? That thick line represents something very significant. That thick line represents the difference between our conscious brain, the things we know we're thinking, the things we know we're feeling, and our unconscious brain, the things we don't realize we're thinking, the things that are very hidden, and they drive us and they make us feel certain things and think certain things, but we don't necessarily recognize they're there. I mean, this is not gobbledygook or mystic. The unconscious mind is a very researched part of reality. I mean, we know we have it. It exists in all of us, okay? So, when you want to actualize your goal, you want to achieve your goal, we're taught to renovate our actions and habits. But, here's the big but, your actions and habits, my actions and habits, everybody's actions and habits are driven by things below that line. They're driven by things in the unconscious mind, things you're not aware of, okay? How you interpret yourself, how you interpret the world, how you perceive yourself, perceive the world, perceive your capabilities of achieving something, that's all unconscious. You have an incredible strength in your perception of the world, in the perception you carry of yourself, and you might not even realize it's there. Okay, perception, belief system, expectation. Those are all things that sit below the conscious mind. They're in your unconscious, okay? Perception, belief system, expectation. Those are the results of the influences that you've had in your life and the experiences you've had. So let's just say, for example, you've created the goal of losing weight before, and you had struggles, or you found it very, very challenging, or perhaps you were unsuccessful, okay? That left an imprint on your unconscious mind. It led to a perception of what you believe, your true belief. Not what you say, oh, I believe I can do it. I mean your true unconscious belief about what you think your capacities and potential are with respect to actually achieving the goal of losing weight. And that perception becomes your unconscious belief system and your expectation. Okay, so no matter how much you try to renovate your actions and habits, you try to eat better food, you try to exercise more regularly or more vigorously, depending on where you are. Maybe you're just starting out, maybe you're kind of right here and you want to take it up there. Whatever you're doing to renovate your actions and habits, you are at the mercy of those hidden emotions and drivers in your unconscious mind. They're the things that motivate our behavior. They motivate our actions and habits. And we don't even realize that they're there. We don't recognize them. They're not things we can smell or taste or hear or feel. We don't realize they're there. They drive us into behaviors and actions which become habits and formulate our lives, but we don't know they're there. So in the avenue of achieving your goal, no matter what it is, losing weight, increasing wealth, finding true love. It doesn't matter what goal you have in mind right now. If you find yourself challenged by the whole concept of achieving your goals, please know you're not broken. You're not in disrepair. You don't need an overhaul. You don't need to throw your hands up in disgust and just take a nap because you can't handle it all. You have an unconscious story about your perceptions, your belief system, and your expectations that are driving your actions and behaviors. If we learn to renovate the stuff below the unconscious line of our mind, everything changes. Achieving success becomes very possible, dare I say, very easy. Because what we find is that when we start driving towards things we want, goals we want to achieve, invariably, if we renovate actions and habits only, not too long after we start the process of trying to achieve that goal, we end up coming back to right where we were when we started. And maybe you've experienced that. I know I have. For years I tried to create goals and manifest them and achieve them, but I always found myself back where I started within 2 days, 2 weeks, or 2 months. And it was frustrating, and I thought I was broken. I thought I was in disrepair until I came to understand where in the brain, where in the mind, real motivation, real driving force comes from. It comes from below the conscious thought. It comes from the unconscious. When we renovate that, we can change anything. We can do anything. So I'll have more about that in future blogs. How do we change those unconscious things? I'm going to get to that the next day or so, maybe the next week or so, but I really wanted this message to hit home. You're not broken. You're not in disrepair. Everything's okay. You don't need to be frustrated or emotional. Yes, you can still achieve your dreams, but once you realize that actions and habits are driven from a much deeper source, and we're going to get into that in future blogs. So with that, I thank you so much for watching, and make sure you come back. I'm going to reveal all of this over the next couple of weeks. Take care.